Hello Rovers, are you a new or returning Wuthering Waves gamer? Well, you're probably wondering which rerun characters to go for, so here are my thoughts on the banner so far. The nice thing about Wuthering Waves is that you can make most of the characters work in every situation, as long as the boss isn't resistant to the character's elements. There is no drastic power creep in the game yet, and our rover can beat most of the content. In short, don't FOMO and pull for the character that resonates with you the most. With that said, let's talk about the first half of the banner, starting with our general. Jiyan was the first limited character of the game and is an all-rounder often picked in Wuthering Waves, one of the endgame modes in Wuwa. Due to his ultimate gathering capabilities and ease of parry due to multiple hits, he was often called a brain-dead character to play with because he is very easy to play. Do keep in mind, it's been a long time since we've gotten a new limited era resonator in the banner, so we are bound to get one soon. Another nice thing about Jiyan is that he works well with the 4-star resonator Mortefi, which is nice for those who are looking to play free-to-play. Yinlin she was my first S6 character. Overall, she was an impressive and popular choice at the beginning of the game because she was like the first limited female character in the banners, and she's often used as support for Jinhsi or Xiangli Yao and or Calcharo. As a sub DPS, her ultimate and her AoE is pretty good for Wuthering Waves, but I feel like she isn't played too much unless you're using Xiangli Yao often. Though she works with Jinhsi, there are better choices for Jinhsi. I do love her model a lot, that's why I did go all out for her in the beginning. Also, she has one of the best rectifiers in the game that can be shared with all other characters easily. Next up, we have our cutesy super shy girl Zhezhi, who might be a little bit better picked than Yinlin for now because she boosts both glacial and skill damage. You can use her for both Carlotta, Jinhsi, and our beloved Ling Yang. If you happen to have either Jinhsi or Carlotta, then you should definitely aim for at least one copy of Zhezhi. Her playstyle isn't too complicated to learn and her field time isn't too long. For those that want to play her more skillfully, there is a jump cancel tech for faster rotations, but it's not completely necessary to learn. Lastly, both Jinhsi and Carlotta banners will be available during the second half of this anniversary. She's a definitely must-have if you're planning to play hyper carry Carlotta later on. Xiangli Yao was the first free 5-star limited character that was given to us by Kuro Games. Everyone was so shocked and underestimated his power because he was given to us for free. He's actually quite a strong character to play with and is a favorite choice for gamers who want a fast-paced quick swap combat style paired up with other quick swap DPS like Changli. However, if you don't want to get carpal tunnel, you can just stick to the normal hyper carry team supported by Yinlin, amping his ultimate and electro damage even further. An easy character to play and an especially hard character to master if you do decide to become a quick swap god. Our wholesome holy maiden Phoebe is an extremely strong character at the moment due to the game shifting into a new meta with the debuff effects. Her DPS playstyle is a bit complicated alone, but if you partner her up with Spectral Rover, it becomes very simple. She also works really well with the upcoming character Zani as a support DPS. If I had to recommend a character from the first set, it would probably be Phoebe. Mainly because she can fit in various roles as a main damage dealer or support character for Zani. Now let's talk about the second half of the anniversary banners. This lineup is stacked with insanely powerful units. Jinhsi is one of the strongest characters in the game as she is a sentinel resonator. Her dragon blew everyone away with her insane damage. Her downside is that she needs a non-spectral coordinated attackers like Zhezhi, Yinlin, Mortefi, Yuanwu, and Cantarella to quickly build her forte stacks, which is her most powerful skill. Her playstyle is very specific and you can't really keep her on the field at all times unless you have a coordinated attacks firing off in the background. Before you roll for her, make sure you're okay with how she plays as she's the type of character that will just nuke and then dip out. Next up we have Changli, the second limited mommy character at the beginning of the game and the most popular choice for quick swap teams due to her long skill animations. If you can't be bothered learning complicated playstyle, you can always pair her up with Brant, which is also featured in this banner. A very beautiful looking character with a very rewarding playstyle, as long as you invest in the time to learn how her kit works and the timing of swapping her out during her lengthy animations. She's also a really solid choice for the Wuthering Waves endgame mode. Carlotta took everyone by storm when she first came out in 2.0. For a character so short, she is clearly one of the strongest and easiest characters to learn and play in the game. As a new or returning player, she is definitely my most recommended character for you to choose. You can't really go wrong with Carlotta. She pairs exceptionally well with Zhezhi's glacial and skill damage bonus for outro for maximum damage. But if you don't have both, your next best choice is Brant or Cantalora for skill damage bonus. Lastly, if you enjoy hard Souls-like content, Carlotta is an excellent choice for clearing holograms. Roccia is an excellent support character for any Havoc DPS. She can gather mobs easily, which is very convenient in Whimpering Waste and overworld farming. She pairs exceptionally well as a support for Camellia or H-Rover, as her basic attack damage and outro buffs works well with both of them. She's not that complicated to play and very easy to learn. But while she's nice, there are better choices in this banner if you're running low on pulls. Brant is an amazing all-rounder character that's very hard to build, but when you build him properly and correctly, he is a very rewarding character to play. Currently, he is the only character that uses the Tide-Breaking Courage set, and so you can't really share his set with anyone else. His learning curve is around the medium-high side due to his playstyle being constantly in the air Spider-Man swinging. It will take some time to learn the dodge timing while you're in the air, but once you master him, it's very rewarding and you feel a good sense of accomplishment. He also partners well with buffing Changli or with Sanhua for main DPS playstyle. The best thing that Brant has to go for is that he can also shield and heal your team, which is very useful for some of the endgame modes. Now let's quickly go over the weapons. The best weapon by far is Yinlin's signature weapon, Stringmaster. Basically every DPS rectifier resonator can use this, except for healers like Verena and Shorekeeper. It's extremely universal and can be swapped out between all the rectifier units in the game. Next, in terms of value, would be the signature weapons for your main DPS. For example, if you pulled a Carlotta and want to maximize her damage as a DPS, it would be valuable to get her signature weapon. Of course, do keep in mind this is not a necessity, but it is more valuable than pulling weapons for your supports. Finally, weapons for supports units like Roccia, Shorekeeper are less valuable because there are better weapons such as the Variation, which is a 4-star weapon. To quickly summarize everything, there is no best character to pull, it solely depends on what your account is like and who you want to build. I would recommend a minimum of 3 good teams for Tower of Adversity, either a hyper carry style like Jinhsi or a quick swap like Brant and Changli. AoE DPS characters like Jiyan, Changli, and Xiangli Yao is also nice for Whimpering Waste. Camellia would have been the best choice, but she's no longer available in these banners and you have to wait for her next rerun. If you already have some of them, you can aim for the relevant support or sub DPS characters. As for the limited banner Zanny, if you're planning to pull for her, I highly recommend you also pick up Phoebe as for her high spectral frazzle application. If you're going for Shikona, well, only dreamers know the answer to that one. Which characters are you going to be rolling for? Are you going to pick up a character in these 10 banners, or are you going to ride this one out? If you enjoyed this guide, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.